Hey guys, what's up? So it is now officially spring and it is April, which means that next month is May. So for me, I've been kind of going through processing a lot of feelings because I think it's about 8 years ago now, I got married on May 17th, 2008. And I started thinking about being vulnerable and marriage and thinking about how different I am now compared to then. So when it comes to the buildup of time before May, hence like April, that it kind of it brings up memories for me because it's like I have to process kind of what was going on in my brain at the time, and I would have been like a month away from marriage, and so I've just kind of been thinking about it a lot. And you know, I talk about the start and end of my marriage a lot. I don't often talk about or think about kind of the in-between. So like I kind of started off thinking about the very beginning, and then it reminded me of how exactly the very beginning went. First week of marriage, I will start off by saying we went on a honeymoon in Mexico, and we spent about, I think it was like 5 days there. So we were super religious, and we hadn't lived together before. No sex outside of marriage, that sort of thing. So this was all brand new. So when we came back from Mexico, our honeymoon, we came back to our place, which was the first time we'd ever had been in our place together, and it was ours and not just his. And for those of you that don't know my story, I was married before. I'll put the link right here, right now, for you to click on if you want to know the whole story. I'm not going to go into it in this video. Moving on. Came back from Mexico. We were trying to get settled into like our new life, basically, and he had to work this day. So he went off to work, and I wasn't working at the time. I was going to school, and I wanted to do my usual routine. I usually ran in the morning, and I had already like had my breakfast and I was ready to go. I was a little hesitant because this new area that I was living in was a lot different than the area that I was living in before. I was used to a really small town. I could run pretty much anywhere, through fields, whatever, and not have to worry about people or cars or stoplights, anything. And this was completely different. It was a very busy street, lots of stoplights, lots of traffic and fumes and people and sidewalks. But I decided to take this time to explore. I start to explore. I am making my way through my route, and I'm about probably a mile and a half out until, you know, I start to feel this kind of gurgle in my stomach. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I was like, oh, maybe like I'm just gassy, and so I keep on going. That gurgle quickly turned into a stomach cramp, and that stomach cramp quickly turned into pure panic. I immediately turned around and started heading back home because I knew that this stomach cramp meant like you are going to shit your pants stomach cramp if you don't find a toilet right now. So I'm still, you know, like a mile and a half away. Like I'm running still, trying to make up for some lost time, and that didn't really last long until I realized that I could not run anymore. I was going to shit my pants. So that run quickly turned into a slow pace walk, and that slow paced walk quickly turned into a slow paced waddle. This situation really escalated quite couldn't. This emergency turned into a complete disaster. I'm waddling, and then I just couldn't handle it. Like I just had to, it just had to go. I had to go, I couldn't hold it. So I did the first thing that came to my mind, and that was just to squat right there where I was at. So I just popped a squat right on a busy street, which if you are familiar with my area, this is in Sacramento, Carmichael area, Madison Avenue. And this is one of the busiest streets and intersections in this part of town. And here I am just squatting on the side of this road, like looking around like it's completely normal. Then I was thinking, what am I gonna do? I had two options. I either get up and I run the fastest, shittiest mile that I've ever run in my life, and then have everybody see my situation, you know, bolting from a mile to my house. And like, if I got up, it was definitely going to run down my leg. It was going to get on my shoes and my socks, and just, it was gonna be a mess. But that was my first option. Second option being that I called my husband at work. Ooh, husband, I hate saying that word, husband. That is a whole nother thing to process. So I call him at work, and he was supposed to go out to the Bay Area that day, and I was kind of just hoping that maybe he hadn't left yet. And I was lucky enough that he hadn't left yet, but I was also terrified to tell him that, you know, he needed to rescue his brand new spouse from the side of the road because I shit my pants. So I'm sitting there on the phone with him, and he's just like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, so I have an emergency and I shit my pants and I'm on the side of Madison Avenue and I can't get up, and I was wondering what you were doing, if you might be able to help me out. And he immediately just started like busting up laughing, and he I really don't think he knew what to say, but he was like, all right, I can come. I haven't left to go down to the Bay Area yet. So I made him stay on the phone with me like he was like a 911 dispatcher, like, and I'm in a life or death situation, like, don't leave me, I shit my pants and people are gonna know and I might die. I just continue to remain in my squatting position on the phone with him, kind of directing him, trying to show him where I'm squatting at. And he comes down Madison Avenue, I see his truck, and he's like, okay, I see you. So he pulls over to the side of the road with me, just squatting there on in a busy intersection, and cars are going by. So he gets out of the car and he's trying to find something in the car that he'd like lay over the seats for me so I don't get shit on his seats. And all we have in the back of his car still is wedding gifts. Just unopened wedding gifts that we just threw in the back of the car because we hadn't had time to get it out yet or open them. And so thanks to whoever got us the bathroom towels, because those definitely came in handy in that moment. And so yeah, we used bath towels that were a wedding gift to lay over the car seat for my shit. I get up from my squatting position and I get in the car, and then I take the sheet and I kind of wrap it around me, and there's like another one behind me, and he pulls into our driveway. Like, we're pretty close, so it wasn't like super like stinky in the car for too long. And so we pull the driveway and he gets out and he turns on the shower for me, and he lets me get in the shower, make sure that I can get in the shower, that I'm okay, and then he left for work. And so this whole time I'm just kind of horrified at the situation, to think that you know, every guy kind of has this, not every guy, maybe I do. I have this imagery of this like knight in shining armor situation where the guy like wants to come to his wife's rescue, and this probably was not the knight in shining armor situation that he would ever have imagined for himself, like rescuing someone on the side of the road because they shit their pants. So little did he know that this was probably going to be the easiest thing he would ever have to do pertaining to me. Yeah, I shit my pants my first week of marriage. I was a real winner. So first of all, not only did I not want to have sex with him, I shit myself. So we started off on the best foot possible. Any farting or pooping or bodily functions that you can have when first starting in a new relationship or marriage, I definitely just broke down those barriers completely. That was fun. So moral of the story, there's some things in life that happen for us to learn from, and there's some things in life that happen for us to laugh at. And although I was married and pretty miserable at the time, this is something I can look back and laugh at. And then it also helps me see that any situation in my life that happens, I can think, well, at least I didn't shit my pants. If I do shit my pants again, I know that I'll survive, and eventually I will laugh at it and probably tell the internet. Yeah, so that's my shit story. Hope you enjoyed that. Sometimes I think that God has to have had a good sense of humor because he created farts. And then I also think that he probably had a really sick sense of humor because that also brought the opportunity to shit our pants. And then I wonder if Jesus ever shit his pants. But then I know that he didn't because he didn't wear pants. So if we were smart, we wouldn't have created pants. Because if I was wearing what Jesus was wearing when he was alive, my squat would have been more effective. Oh, yeah. Anyways, that's it, guys. Peace out. I will see you next time.